Just a quick update for folks. To give you a quick update about what is happening in the world of Bitcoin and the SEC and Gary Gentsler in his recent announcement on Twitter, which was not an announcement because apparently their Twitter account had been hacked. And so when the announcement was posted that the ETF had approved, the SEC had approved of a Bitcoin ETF and that it would be monitored and regulated accordingly, that post was apparently pulled down with a follow-up message from Mr. Gentsler or his office that it was in fact not a real post because that account had apparently been hacked. Now, aside from the obvious hilarity of the moment and the irony of the moment, it's funny on a number of levels, also quite serious on a number of levels, right? How is it that an SEC Twitter account gets hacked? Poor password management? Really? By the guys who are supposed to be in charge of the Securities and Exchange rules and regulations? Seems a little bit amateurish in some ways. But never mind that. I mean, anybody can make a mistake, right? It's not like anybody's perfect. So that's understandable, maybe. But here's the thing, right? Blockchain technology, in many ways, solves this problem. And if you know anything about blockchain, which is the first technology to actually have a working, transparent, immutable ledger with currencies like Bitcoin, specifically cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others, then you would know that this kind of thing would be practically impossible on a blockchain social media platform that runs on an actual secure crypto network, as long as the accounts are secure and they don't give away the passwords to social accounts, right? And certainly the Bitcoin blockchain is not being cracked. What is being cracked in cases of people accessing people's wallets is crackers, often mislabeled as hackers, but crackers are getting the passwords and or seed phrases from unknowing or naive or plain disorderly people who don't know how to manage their secret phrases, their seed phrases, their passwords correctly, right? So in an ironic twist, the SEC, which has been hammering on about how crypto is, bad for transaction transparency and everything else, and isn't secure and is full of rugs and everything else. At the same time that they're doing that, and there's all this speculation about whether or not they will approve a Bitcoin ETF, their own Twitter gets hacked. And Twitter is obviously not a blockchain technology, right? And so it's an old it's a Web 2 solution. So it uses passwords, and you can have some kind of, additional verification on it, etc., which works fine. But if you lose control of that password, that post that some cracker will put on there, can be edited or deleted if you have a premium account or whatever. In other words, you can change the transaction ledger, which of course could not happen on Bitcoin or other secured crypto blockchains. So it is massively ironic, kind of hilarious, and very telling that the people who are defending the old fiat systems are using less secure means to communicate their objections to far more secure means of transacting values, whether those values be financial in value or informational or what have you. And so it is kind of funny and also kind of not. And if anything, this underscores why the future is blockchain technology when it comes to transacting values. There's really no denying that. And this is just more evidence that, as the old saying goes, first they ignore you, and they laugh at you, and they fight you, then you win. So this is more evidence that crypto has already won bigly, as somebody once said. Crypto has definitely already won. And this is just more of the capitulation of the old guard, trying to squirm their way out of decisively saying, yes, we recognize that crypto has won, and trying to hold on as much as they can for dear life to whatever shred of power they still maintain. And it is significant and frankly all-encompassing at this point in time. However, it is quickly crumbling as time goes by and as crypto grows as a marketplace and as a currency base. And we're seeing more and more of that. And that power will eventually shred completely into nothingness and be a bygone era that people may or may not even remember. The ways of fiat are going the way of the dodo, whether those in power like to admit it or not. And so they're just trying to scramble to get as much control as possible before it slips out of their hands and everything is in the world of blockchain. Now, do I sound too opiumish for you if you are skeptical about crypto? You can be skeptical all you want. You should be skeptical. The evidence is in. The maths don't lie. And the fact is that crypto is slowly but surely replacing fiat as the means of transacting values. And crypto is also eventually going to replace a lot of the tech we have today, even if it may be slower at first in many ways. There will be additional solutions, right? The fax was also very slow once, and then it became much faster, and now people don't even use faxes for the most part, right? Email was also very slow once, and now it's super fast. Direct messaging was also fairly slow and couldn't support massive file sizes very easily, and it was very slow to send stuff. But then we got more bandwidth in the pipe, and what do you know? We're able to send much faster messages, much quicker, etc. So be skeptical all you want. And oh, hello, little fella. Be skeptical all you want, and just know that the future is inevitable. It will happen, and in all probability, crypto will play a huge, if not leading role in that future. And I'm sure government regulators will do everything they can to maintain regulation and all that stuff, because that's their role. So be it. But to deny crypto on false premises of it's the source of corruption and all this stuff, when like 99.9999% of all corruption still happens to this very day through fiat currency, it's just is a laughable joke, So enjoy that, and happy cryptoing as we crypto through the tulips or something like that. Make the most of every day. Cheers.